love this time of year. I'm not particularly, it's not so much December that I love. I love Christmas. December tends to be more busy than anything, sometimes to a fault. There's something about this emphasis we have at Christmas time. We have so many more opportunities. It seems like we can still make opportunities year-round, but it seems that we have much more openness in this world to be able to talk about Christ, and for some reason we do find it easier. I pray that we would be encouraged by that year-round, not just 1 month. And I'm thinking about, I'm still mesmerized. I almost said, my own sermon, I don't mean it like that, but 2 weeks ago, just this, I can't process. I don't think any of us will ever be able to process those words, the Word became flesh. I don't have the words. I can try. I tried in a sermon. I did the best I could. But God taking a body and dwelling with us. You find that nowhere else in this world. You find it in no other faith. You find that teaching in no other false religion, no other man-made religion. There's only one true belief, one true religion, and that is the gospel of Jesus Christ. And the idea that we deserve nothing, and He's come to us, not called us to work ourselves to Him, but He's come to us to give us far more than we ever deserve. It's absolutely amazing. It is amazing to me. And I'm reminded of many things I like about Sundays. I enjoy Sundays because I enjoy being with you. I enjoy Sundays because it's still part of the weekend, and some of you enjoy it because you get to cheer for your team another extra day when you win a big game. Others, like myself, get to live another day of misery and a losing effort. I like Sundays because we get to worship our King together. I enjoy worshiping with you. I also like Sundays because I'm sensing a bit of Christmas every single time we gather. If you truly begin to think about it and take the time to examine what's happening here on Sundays, it is the next best picture to Christ coming in the flesh. We call ourselves the body, do we not? And the body gathers on Sunday. We can gather any days, but typically we gather for worship on Sundays. We gather to take part in laying cans, things like that, on Sundays. Christ has left. He's ascended to heaven. He's still reigning. He's still ruling. He's in full control. And He's also working through His body, His church. And so every time we come together for this, inside of these walls, every time we gather as the church, it is yet another example of the incarnation. It's another portrait, another picture of Christ coming to us. I pray that will be our focus moving forward. I pray that this will continue to be our focus, as it has been. That in 2019 we will continue to think in these ways. Well, we've got Christmas out of the way, and now it's time for the New Year's sermon. And I'll be honest, I don't have a standard New Year's sermon, but I did go back. We're going to be in Acts, by the way, so you can go ahead and turn there if you'd like to. I encourage you to. We've had a little bit of a break, and you'll see what I mean. It's not a typical New Year's sermon, but it's kind of morphed into one. We've had a break from our journey in Acts. I'm not going to spend too much time, so we will be here all day recounting what has led us up to this event. But if you can recall, because it has been some time, we're with Paul, the Apostle Paul. He is a prisoner. He's on his way to Rome, if you remember this. He's going as a prisoner. He's not going as a free man. He's going as a prisoner. And this has really been on Paul's part for some time. We've seen for chapters now. He's got to go to Rome. Got to get to Rome. Got to get to Rome. And God's placed this on his heart. And his heart is aligned with God's heart. And it's God's will, and therefore, because of that, it's also Paul's will to be there. And so he wants to take the gospel to the ends of the earth. Paul wants the gospel to spread. He wants to see the gospel flourish throughout the world. And so no matter what the form takes in getting it there, he's perfectly fine with it. In other words, he has no problem being a prisoner in general, as long as he's in the Lord's will. He especially has no problem being a prisoner as long as the gospel is going to the ends of the earth. Does not bother him one bit. He's perfectly fine with that. So you got to remember, for this day and age, for this context, for the life of Paul, this is the trip. This is the missionary journey. This is the world for Paul and all those who lived in his day. When you think of the greatest way for the gospel to spread in this time period, this is what comes to mind: Rome. How do we take the gospel to the ends of the earth? We take the gospel to the ends of the earth through Rome. People are coming and going from all over. Rome is the center of civilization. There are people coming in for trade, people coming in to live, to work. People are visiting. You've got all kinds of different backgrounds. You've got modernization. You've got technology. You've got it all. And so if there's a place you want to get the gospel to so that you can reach the ends of the earth, not only in Rome, but even further because of it. You see this picture. You see why Paul wants to get there so badly. When you read the Great Commission, when you read Matthew, when you read Acts 1:8, when you see texts of Jesus commissioning his people, his children, his disciples, the Apostle Paul, to go, when we read that call to make disciples all the way to the ends of the earth, this is it for Paul. This is his ends of the earth. This is the most effective way of getting people the news of salvation through Christ alone. It is still an incredible thing to me. I don't know if you ever just think about stuff like this when you're just sitting alone, but this stuff boggles my mind. Do you know, and you know this, but just, there are people in this world right now, this very second, who have never heard the gospel. Just think about that for a minute. There are actual human beings. There are men and there are women. There are people with souls. People with flesh, just like you and I. They have never heard the name Jesus Christ. They've never heard the truth of the gospel. That is so mind-boggling to me. You think in 2018, almost 2019, by now, no, there's still unreached people in this world. There are people that have really not even had contact with other humans. Not only have they not been reached with the gospel, they've never even seen other people. Or if they have seen from a very far distance, they are incredibly hostile. We talked about this a couple months ago. Very, very recently, a missionary tried to reach out to an unreached people group. They haven't really been contacted very much over the years. He was killed. So you still see this happening in the world. And here's what encourages me. It's further evidence that Christ is still at work. To me, it is further evidence that he is still at work. If you need proof that Christ is still at work, and there is, get this, there's still work left to be done. It's this right here. There are people who have not heard the gospel. That's key. That's point number one in terms of seeing that Christ has still got work he's doing through his children. The fact that there are people who have never heard the gospel, that's all the evidence you need, right there by itself. That he's still working in the world. But for now, this is the place to be. In Acts 27, Rome is the spot to be. And Paul and nearly 300 others are on this ship. And they're headed to Rome. If you've kind of lost track of where we were, it's been a little bit of a break. We've been on this ship for a little while now. I'm not going to go through all of those details on how we got there. I would encourage you to go back and read chapter 27 when you get home or maybe this evening. But just remember this. Paul and company, they're in serious danger. They've been in serious danger for some time now. They've encountered what we're going to call a hurricane. I'm not sure that's going to be the best term to describe this storm, but it is a massive, massive, dangerous, deadly storm. Has the effects of a hurricane, has the wind of a hurricane, has the rain of a hurricane, has the force, the deadly force of a hurricane. Very, very serious storm that has been going on in Acts 27. And they don't just feel some of the effects of it. It's not like they're just kind of being, affected by the winds that are coming from distance. No, they're actually going to it. They're headed for it. The thing's coming for them. They're in the thick of it. It's an incredibly dangerous situation. Human logic, just our brains by itself, it tells us that these people should be dead. Maybe, if not all of them, at least some of them. But they should not have made it. And this is a very dangerous situation. So we've already gone over this and we've covered it. Paul received word. He received word from the Lord that they would lose the ship that they were on, but all the people would survive. Incredible moment. Really, really incredible moment. As long as they were all together, they survived. And in that last section of text, if you go right back before we're about to start this morning, if you look at just what had just taken place, Paul even warns the soldiers. He says, people are about to get ready to leave. They're going to take these little small ships. They're going to try to escape. Paul kind of writes them out and says, don't let them do that. Because if they do that, that's the only way we're all going to survive. We've got to be together for this. The Lord has given me this message. Everyone surviving was dependent on everyone being together, just as God had told Paul. So it's really a remarkable moment, an incredible thing when they do survive and things begin to look better. They're not out of the woods yet, okay? They're still in this, but things begin to look a little bit better. And we briefly mentioned this the last time we were in Acts. I just went over the end of chapter 27 the last time we were here, and I'll be very, very honest. I did not feel very good about doing that. I did not feel good about brushing over those last remaining verses and then just kind of casually reading over it. So we're going to truly finish up chapter 27 this morning. Actually go through and talk about something. We're going to start at verse 39 of chapter 27. And I'll go ahead and get it out there. This is a very simple message. This is how I want us to end 2018. Very simple message. I don't have 3 points. I don't have 5 points. I don't have 7. You're like, thank goodness. I've got one. And I'm not even sure I've got a fully fleshed out point. I just want us to be saturated in one simple truth. That's my goal this morning. For us to close out the year looking at this simple, profound truth and think about God's Word. I think it's a very timely reminder as we enter into 2019. So that's why it's not a typical New Year's sermon. But I do think it would be helpful for us in starting a new year. So let's just reflect and be reminded of something today. And I pray that we'll take it to heart as we close out this year and enter into another. So let's get right into it. We'll finish at chapter 27 this morning. We're going to start at verse 39, and I'm going to read down to verse 41. So join me in reading God's Word. When day came, they could not recognize the land, but they did observe a bay with a beach. And they resolved to drive the ship onto it if they could. And casting off the anchors, they left them in the sea, while at the same time they were loosening the ropes of the rudders, and hoisting the foresail to the wind, they were heading for the beach. But striking a reef where 2 seas met, they ran the vessel aground, and the prow stuck fast and remained immovable. But the stern began to be broken up by the force of the waves. We find out in that last chapter, chapter 28, we find out where they have landed. They've arrived at a place called Malta. And they have no idea where they are. Kind of scary. They see the shore, they see the land, they have no clue what this land is. They have no idea where they are. It's really incredible that you see what's kind of happening here. Some of them are swimming. Some of them are floating. Some of them are using pieces of wood. They're trying to get to the shore. Kind of looks like a small-scale version of the Titanic almost. Who saw that movie? I mean, you know the true story. Who saw Titanic? Very end of it, there's a couple, and she's floating on, is it a door? It's a big piece of wood. And she says there's not enough room for both of them. Yes, there was. He could have got there easily. They messed that part up in the movie. But it reminds me of that scene. There's people that are finding anything. They're just trying to float and get guided over to the shore. They're just trying to find a way. Some of the people are just swimming. They're trying their hardest to get to safety. They have no clue where they are. And mind you, this is 276 people doing this. This is not just a few people on a ship. This is a big ship. Almost 300 people. That's a lot of people to keep up with. This is one word: chaos. This is absolute chaos. However, there's something else we know about this scene too. We know there's been a promise given to Paul by God. We also know that in this chaos, just as God told Paul, and just as Paul told the people, the ship is gone, it's lost, but you will survive. We stay together, we don't do our own thing, we don't try to act crazy, We get to the shore, we're all going to make this. We're all going to survive. God has told me. That's what's already happened in Paul and these people on this ship. This hurricane is literally destroying and peeling back pieces of wood. Right before their very eyes, the ship is gone. It's just deteriorating because of the storm that's happening. And not to be morbid, but any other circumstance, any other just normal circumstance, people are dying here. This is a death wish. People are going to die in this situation. And yet, they make it. Absolute destruction with this hurricane-type event. And they all make it just as Paul said they would. Just as the Lord revealed to Paul. They hit this reef. They hit a reef. The boat's not going anywhere. The ship, they can't go any further. They realize this. The prow's stuck. They're done. Ship's not going anywhere. It's beyond salvaging. It's not only stuck, it's breaking apart. So you've got two options now. Every person, all 276, has a decision to make when it comes to surviving. They can either go down with the ship, they can perish, they can die. That's option number one. Or they can get to shore and survive. That's it. There are no other options. It's one of those two things. And of course we know what happens. That's it. Any hope of keeping the ship is gone. So what next? Now what do you preach on? What do you do with this type of text in the Scripture? It's not giving us some type of moral or kind of commanding, nothing like that. So what do you do with this? Well, I would encourage us to keep going. I told you a very, very simple lesson. Verse 42. Join me there. This is it. This is the end of this chapter. We only got a couple of verses. Verse 42. The soldiers' plan was to kill the prisoners so that none of them would swim away and escape. But the centurion, wanting to bring Paul safely through, kept them from their intention and commanded that those who could swim should jump overboard first and get to land, and the rest should follow, some on planks and others on various things from the ship. And so it happened, that's part of this chapter. And so it happened that they were all brought safely to land. Love that so very much. I love that that's our conclusion for this chapter. This centurion, I love the fact that the centurion is looking at Paul and it says that wanting to bring Paul safely through. Why? Why is the centurion focused on Paul? If you recall the rest of chapter 27, things we've gone through, talking about leadership, talking about making an example, showing a Christian example, a spiritual example. You think Paul has earned the centurion's trust now? There's been so many times that they should have been in massive amounts of trouble. And Paul has been the one to step up and say, brethren, men, women, stay calm. He's been the one to come to the forefront and say, do not be troubled. And they're probably looking at him like he's crazy. There's all this chaos going on in the background, swirling winds, rain coming in sideways, and he says, do not let your hearts be troubled. Remain calm. The Lord has told me we're going to make it. I believe this word is true. It's kind of the words that he uses there. He says, I believe that God will come through and will do just as he says. That the word he has given to me and the revelation he has shown me, it will come to pass. That if he tells me we're all going to survive, we're all going to survive. Stay together. Do not let your hearts be troubled. That's the message. The centurion has seen every bit of this. He's watched something special about this man. He's seen this leader on this dangerous journey rise up and step up. Notice there's something different about the Apostle Paul. And so as all this chaos is ensuing, what's the centurion focused on? Get this man safe to shore. Something about him. He's the one who's somehow keeping us safe through his Lord, through his God. Keep him safe. As long as he's good, as long as he's helping, as long as he's leading, we're good. And I love that so very much that you see this in the text. The centurion is the one who wants to bring Paul safely to shore. It's amazing to me. And it ends up being true. It ends up happening. They all are brought safely to land. I cannot explain enough how simple today's message is, and I'm so happy to give it to you. I'm so thrilled to be able to say this truth. from God's Word. I'm excited to be able to tell and talk about the character of God, the promises of God. It's a special thing when people are able to see God in us. Just as this centurion, and I'm sure countless others, I don't know how many, but we know there's 276. How many were affected by Paul? I don't truly know. But I guarantee you many saw something different. Many were asking themselves, what is it about this guy? What is it about the God that he serves? Why is it so easy to trust him, to go along with what he says? To fall in line behind him. He's not a soldier. He's not a centurion. He's just a man. That's what happens when people notice Christ in us. That's what happens when we have a compass guiding us. When we have the Spirit walking in front of us. When we have the Spirit pushing us. When they notice something different in our lifestyle. As we walk into a dark planet, we are the light. They see something. They see something foreign to this world. Sometimes there's hostility that comes with it, and that's okay. Sometimes there's just simple curiosity, again, and that's fine. There's also this unbreakable, it's almost like pain in the brain that people sense. And they say, what is it about this man, this woman? Why is it they can go through life in this way? Why can they be in the thick of all this and remain calm? Why? How do they do this? It's because we're the children of God who cling to the promises of God. It's not because there's anything inherently good in us or something that we've earned. It's because they see Christ in us. And they see an unshakable faith. A faith that might defy natural logic. A faith that might defy human logic when it comes to thinking about this storm. We should all be dead, and yet here they all are. It's a portrait of beauty in this world. As dark as it is, when men and women can see that we have this gift of faith. And I want this to be our reminder today. I want this to be our reminder as we close out this year. That people can see God in us. And here's what I want us to really drive home this morning. I'm going to walk through a couple verses. And let's just worship God together this morning. Let's just be saturated in His Word. Let's worship Him together as a church family, as a church body, and remember this as we leave. Let's remember this simple truth. It is a wonderful thing. It's a blessing for us. It's truly remarkable to watch and witness God keep His word. He's still doing it. He's done it. And guess what? He's going to continue doing it. Raise your hand if God's ever lied to you. It's a good track record. That's a really, really good track record. Never lied to anyone. I love the fact that we can be people, brothers and sisters, who come together and say, God's going to keep His word no matter what. I'm very, very thankful for that. And I would like for us to do that a couple times. I want us to be reminded of that this morning. The most simple quote, I say that, simple. You tell me the most popular verse in all of human history when it comes to the Bible, the one that even non-believers know by heart, what is it? My goodness. You ever slow down and think of that? There's a promise in there, you know. I don't have the stats on me. I don't have the numbers. I am a numbers guy. I didn't put it in here. Did you know that there is an alarming, they've done polls on this. There's an alarming, and I mean truly alarming number of Christians who will openly say, I'm not sure about my salvation. That's not a way to live. That's not a way to walk in His faith. I mean, it's a dangerous number of people who say, I'm not so sure I'm saved. When was the last time you focused on John 3:16? We hear it so much we become numb to it. That's the problem with John 3:16. We've gone over it so much, we've heard it on TV so much, we've heard it from each other so much, we've seen it into a marketing thing, we get a life where we see it printed on things, we just become numb to John 3:16. But listen to this. Don't follow along with me, just listen to your pastor say these words out loud. Listen to this truth straight from God. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. I'm not an old school preacher. I'm not like a revivalist kind of guy. This is the part where a lot of times you'll hear the old school mentality say, do you know you're saved this morning? But I do have a question for each and every person here. Do you know that you're saved this morning? Do you know that you are saved this morning? Because I'm reading that verse, and it says, whoever believes in him. We have overcomplicated this salvation thing far too much. We have doubt, we have worry, we have anxiety, we have uncertainty over our own salvation, and God's truth tells us otherwise. It says, know that you are saved. Repent, believe, done. Be baptized. And of course, we go through books like James. We see there's evidence that happens. We do. We show evidence of our salvation. Do you know that you are saved at this very moment? And the reason I ask this so very much, and the reason I'm being exclamatory about this truth, is because we are not meant to be brothers and sisters in Christ who walk this world uncertain about our destiny. We are to be men and women who know that heaven is our home and that this world is not our eternal dwelling place. We are to be people who walk knowing with the absolute truth that we will reside, dwell, worship in heaven for all eternity. There is a promise found in John 3:16. We must be reminded and remind ourselves of it. There's a famous saying about, and people will have questions about, can you lose salvation? Can you be saved? And then I think the easiest explanation is, if you could lose it, you would lose it. I do not have the power to keep myself saved every day. Okay? None of you have the power to keep yourself saved every day. But God tells us, he straight up tells us, whoever believes in the crucified and risen Son, saved. We must know this truth. It has nothing to do with your efforts or how good you feel. It has everything to do with him having his firm grasp on our lives. Your salvation is not dependent on how tough and how hard you can hold on to his road. Absolutely not. Your salvation is fully dependent on the fact that he has you in his hand and he is not letting go. He does not let go. He's sufficient. He's strong. He's majestic. He's eternal. He's all-powerful. He's omnipotent. Know this truth. You see how Paul operates when he knows the truth, right? Take that as an example. Myself included. I need to take this example. Paul gets a word from the Lord that says, you stay together, everyone will be surviving, you'll all make it, and go. And what happens? He says, I know the truth, and therefore I'm going to go with it. That's how we are to operate on our salvation as well. Knowing with certainty that we are absolutely saved. And it should affect our day in, day out lifestyle. Because we know John 3:16. Because we cling to that promise that salvation is granted to those who believe, those who repent. We can walk this world without ever having to second guess what God is doing in our hearts. Do we get down and out in depressed at times? Yes, I do too. Still today. I have moments. I've had some recently. Again, I don't feel very saved, but you know what? I know for a fact I'm saved. Because of what God has promised us, not what I promised myself. I want us to remember simple truth. John 3:16, take it for granted. Let's remember that as we head into the new year. What about this one? Romans 8:28. Maybe somebody stand up and repeat that from memory right now. We know that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love God and to those who are called according to His purpose. Any other person would look at what's happening with Paul and they would say, why would God do this to him? He's been a good man after he converted to Paul from Saul, that is. He's followed and been obedient to the Lord. He's shown evidence of Christ's righteousness in his life. He's willing to go to the ends of the earth, and yet God puts him on a course for destruction. Why would He allow this? Why would He do this? Because Romans 8:28 tells us that all things work together for the good of those who love God. The idea is that we have an expectation of what good and what bad is. By any worldly standards, we look at what this is happening in Acts 27 and we say, man, that sure is bad. Listen, I'm telling you right now, God is showing it off in Acts 27. He's doing it through Paul. That's really, really good. That's not a bad thing at all. People are noticing. People are picking up on what's happening here. Anytime the Lord works through you to showcase His glory, I promise you it is a good thing, no matter what kind of earthly ramifications it may have. There's nothing bad about this story. You might even say, well, he's a prisoner still. Again, the problem is perspective. For Paul, this is glorious. We need to ask the question, what is good? What does good mean? Because here's what I know. The best thing we can ask for is to be in the will of God. And so whatever form that takes, guess what? That's a really good thing. And there's going to be good things to come out of it. There's going to be fruit to come out of it. That's one thing you hear from a lot of Christians say, I don't see any fruit in my life. The problem is not there's not fruit, it's just not the fruit we want. There's really good things that God does in us and through us if we'll take the time to see and take the time to understand and realize that our circumstances, they're not accidents. God's using us for His purposes, for His glory, for our goodness. I can't think of any other thing I'd rather have than to say I've been a good instrument for God. A lot of times we'll chalk up our goodness to what we have, our materials, our quality of life, that sort of thing. Our definition of a good life should be I was used as a vessel for the Lord. He used me. He used me during the time that I had on this earth. Listen, that's always good. That never gets old. That never goes out of style. We should be waking up for that purpose every single day. God always work things out for our good when we're aligned with His will. Almost done, I promise. What about this one? Matthew 6. Sermon on the Mount. Greatest sermon ever preached. Ever. Again, there's two examples already. God is always good for His word. He never lies to us. He always keeps the truth. He always fulfills His promises. What about Jesus' sermon when He says, do not worry then saying, what will we eat, or what will we drink, or what will we wear for clothing? For the Gentiles eagerly seek all these things. For your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things. But seek first the kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. I have never gone hungry a day in my life. I've been hungry. I've been thirsty. But in terms of just not having what I need, guess what? I've always had it. I have always had it. Some of you have gone through the ringer in life. Some of you have been in bad situations. Some of you maybe were even raised in houses. I don't know everybody's story. But I've heard people that come to me, they give me their background. Rough situations. Hard times. And yet always have what they need. Again, the problem is our perspective on what do we need. things will not fulfill us. Food won't even fulfill us. Drink will not fulfill us. But what does Jesus say? Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all of these things will be added to you. To the point we don't have to worry about clothes. We don't have to worry about eating. We don't have to worry about drinking. Ask our neighbors right now. They'll tell you they don't enjoy their lifestyle very much. They'll tell you they're hungry, they're cold, they're tired, they're thirsty. They'll say all these things, and yet at the end of the day, they'll still say, I'm surviving. I've still got what I need. God watches over us. He protects us. We ain't got to worry about a thing. But we've got a kingdom to focus on. We've got a kingdom to work for. It should be our joy, our honor, our duty, our gladness to be able to seek first the kingdom. And in that way, we don't even think about the things that are trivial. When the kingdom is first in our eyes, we're not even thinking about what we're going to do tomorrow, what we're going to eat, what we're going to drink. We're saying, how can it be used? You already need what I need. So what can I do for you today, Lord? What will you do through me? Lastly, I absolutely love this. This is what I want to end on. 2018 has been hard for many people. This season's been hard for many people. The book of Philippians, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Let your gentle spirit be known to all men. The Lord is near. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, many of your translations may say understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. We truly have nothing to ever fear in life. Nothing. Why was Paul not freaking out at this ship being destroyed in this storm? Why was he not going crazy? Why was he not panicking? Because why should he? Number one, even if he dies, all is well. He knows his home. Number two, he's already been told. He's clinging to the promises of God. Yeah, I believe this word. I believe what we have read in Philippians. I believe what I've read in Romans and Matthew and John and Acts. I believe these things. I believe every single truth the Scripture has to offer us. And so I believe in Philippians when it says that we can go to God, when we can offer up requests, when we can not have to worry, we can go to Him in prayer, we can be thankful with our hearts. When we do these things, I believe God is telling us the truth. He will always grant us peace. Now here's the phenomenon that happens with this. Again, we will read verses like that out of Philippians. We will read these things, and sometimes we'll get it kind of misconstrued. We'll end up saying that if I'm not afraid, and I don't worry, and I don't have anxiety, if I do that, if I get those out of my head, and I just pray hard enough, everything's going to be all right by worldly standards. And that is not at all what it says. It never says everything's going to be fixed. It never says everything's going to be hunky-dory. It never says it's going to be easy. None of that. It simply says, throw off your chains of worry, cast off anxiety, go to the Lord in prayer, tell Him what you're thankful for. A good song, I've said this a million times, count your blessings. If you start doing that, it's going to be fairly obvious how quick all your worries start vanishing. They just start going by the wayside. When we can just start counting how much He's blessed us, not even just our whole life, just today, just this moment, just waking up this morning. You know how much we've been blessed by just being able to get here? Unbelievable. It doesn't say everything's going to be peachy keen. It simply says, and the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. That's why I get encouraged when men like Calvin call me with bad news and say God's not finished with me yet. Why? Because in that moment I get the peace of God in a man's heart. Can't beat that. That's ministering to somebody. That's blessing somebody's day. How is it that God is glorified in our sadness and our times of grief and our trouble? When we cast off all worries and anxiety and rest and peace that He gives to us. Let's take these reminders into the new year. Let's take every single truth we know about God into the new year. As we leave this place today, it's the last Sunday of 2018. Let us come back refreshed. Sounds weird to say see you next year, doesn't it? But it's true. I'll see each and every one of you next year. Let's go into 2019 with that same type of mindset you see in the Apostle Paul. When everyone else would be panicking and worrying and thinking this is it, it's over, I'm done for. Peace. Peace. We have a world watching us, even when we don't realize it. We're also watching each other. Let's minister to one another. Let our reminder be from the end of Acts 27, let our reminder be this morning that we can cling and know the promises of God and act upon them accordingly. The truth of God, and the fact that He always keeps His word, it should affect how we live every single day. It should affect all of our decision making, how we decide we're going to, or what we're going to do that day. It should also impact our ability, our willingness, our effectiveness in making disciples. Anything that we do for the Lord, it's not going to return void. It's not going to be a waste of time. You preach every single day for the rest of your life and never make a disciple, you have honored God by being obedient to His word. That's a good thing. Let's remember the truth of God today and into next year.